You can repeat the seated ones if you want. Some of these you can do in seated if you want to try. That's an option too. So I am going to move my chair just over to the side a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. But if you have a walker, you can use the walker. If you have a rollator, just make sure the brakes are on. Okay. So we are going to get started here in about 10 seconds. We're going to start off with heel raises. So you're going to lift up on your toes and back down, making sure that you're holding on to your support surface. Here we go. So 45 seconds. You're up nice and tall. You can do this sitting down in the chair if you would like. It would look like this. All right. So you're just lifting up and back down. Like that. All right. So keep it up. Halfway done. All right. We have about 10 seconds to go. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Great. All right, next exercise are glute kicks. So your glutes are right here. You're going to bring your heel up to try to kick them. All right, I don't expect everybody to get there because that's a pretty far range of motion, but do your best. All right, so we're going to alternate. Something really important is sometimes your knees tend to go forward when you're doing this. Make sure that your knee is straight down to the floor. Your thighs are parallel. They're not going like this at all. Want to keep them still, and just your knee is moving. Your hip is still. Challenge your balance a little bit more by like a light pressure, maybe fingertips, but still holding on for safety. And we are almost there. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. Great. All right, next one is a three-way kick. So you're going to kick forward, kick to the side, and kick back. I want you to always think about keeping your toes straight ahead. So forward, side, and backwards. So you can hold on with one hand if you want, or both hands, whatever is safest for you. You're going to probably feel this in both hips. The leg that's kicking, those muscles are working to move your leg, and then the leg that's on the ground, those muscles in your hip are actually working to stabilize your hip. Okay, so we have about 10 seconds to go. In that stabilizing leg, I want you to make sure you have a soft bend in your knee. If you need to touch down every time, that's fine. All right, 15-second break. So I'm actually just going to move this so you can see what I'm doing. But we're going to do the same thing on the other leg. Forward, side, backward. My toes are facing this way the whole time. All right, so forward, side, backward. If you notice, my upper body's not moving too much. When I'm kicking to the side, I'm not leaning like this. And when I'm kicking backward, I'm not leaning forward. Everything is still, and it's just my hip that's moving. Soft bend in the knee that is stabilizing you. All right, we have 5 seconds to go. 2 and 1. Great. All right, next one. I'm going to actually pause this for a second. So we're going to do some mini squats. All right, so if you want, and I would recommend this, is to get a chair behind you too. You're going to hold on. So if you're holding on to your walker, you'll hold on there. You can hold on to the kitchen sink if you want. That's also a sturdy surface you can use. You're going to get your hips or your feet hip width apart like this, and then you're going to sit back in a chair. All right, I don't want your toes to come up, so keep your heels glued down, and you're just gonna sit down in the chair and come back up. Not a huge range of motion here. If it's challenging, keep it a short range of motion, and then as you get stronger, you can go a little bit closer to that chair. All right, so here we go. We're gonna squat and come back up. So if you think about just taking your bottom back toward a chair, that helps you keep really good positioning while you're squatting. A lot of times people will like lean forward and then their knees are coming really far forward. So just important to think about your bottom's going to go back and touch that chair. Chest stays nice and lifted, but once again, if this needs to be a range of motion, that's fine. And then as you get better, you go a little deeper. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so back to the top, guys. We're going to do heel raises again. So I'm going to face you guys this time, but once again, holding onto your walker, holding onto your chair. Both hands if you feel like your balance is really being challenged, because I want you to be safe. All right, so we're going up and back down. So I'm not rocking with my upper body or anything like that. It's just coming from my ankles. You should feel it back here in your calf muscle. Up nice and tall, maybe hold it at the top and then back down. Show you from the side. About 15 seconds to go. With all these exercises, keep your abdominals drawn in, so belly button toward your spine. 3, 2, and 1. Great. Okay, so now exercise number 2, we're going back to those glute kicks. So make sure that your thighs are staying parallel with each other. And then when you bring your heel up, your knee should be pointing straight toward the floor. So here we go. So we're alternating. So like I said, it's so easy to kind of do one of these. That's not what we want. When my knee's like this, it's straight down toward the floor, my thighs are parallel, and my heel's coming up. You know, if this is your range of motion right now, that's your range of motion, and that's fine. You're still working. You're still using those muscles like we need you to. All right, so we have about 15 seconds left. Once again, if you want to throw some ankle weights on or some heavier shoes, that's fine. But the point of these being a little bit longer is to just work muscular endurance. So you don't necessarily need extra weight. And break. Okay, so now we're going back to our 3-way kicks. To remind you, front, side, and back. If you've been in physical therapy, maybe we've used like a TheraBand or something like that. So if you have one, you can put it on. Here's front, side, and back. Thinking about squeezing your muscles, so the front of your thigh, the outside of your hip, and then your glutes in those motions. So thinking about it can kind of help activate those muscles a little bit more. And like I said, if you need to tap down between each one, that's fine. Got about 5 seconds to go. And taking a break. Now, so I'm going to move my chair over to the side. You do not have to do this. I just want you to be able to see my moving leg. And we are getting ready to go. In 3, 2, 1. Back. So like I said, you can tap down. You might feel it in the leg that you just worked because you were using those muscles to kick your leg, and now you're using those muscles to stabilize and balance yourself while the other leg is moving. If you need to take a break, that's fine. Just jump back in. We have about 10 seconds left, so if you can hold out for 10 more seconds, that's great. And then you can push the pause button and take longer than 15 seconds for a break. And rest. Okay. Now, last move of this round, we are going back to squats. So feet hip width apart. You're going to sit back into the chair that is behind you, keeping your heels down. Here we go. So think about squeezing your glutes at the top. This is a great exercise for your lower body. It's a great body weight exercise. It's very functional. Getting up and down from a chair. We are halfway through. And we have one round to go. So if you need shorten your range of motion, that's fine. 5 seconds. And stop. All right, last round, everyone. So going back to heel raises. So I will face the side so you can see what I'm doing. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Up on your toes and back down. Just gonna look at my phone as my timer and the battery's dying. So we should be good and make it through this workout. So 30 seconds to go. So up, you can hold it for a little bit and then slowly lower back down. It's going to work the muscles in a different way. And maybe even challenge your balance a little bit more. You can stick to up and down if you want. Hold it and then slowly lower back down. One more and rest. Okay. So now we're going into glute kicks. Once again, if your legs are really tired and you need a break, push the pause button and sit on down, take a break, and then jump back in when you're ready. So we are getting started with glute kicks now. So like I said before, ankle weights would be a great option to add resistance if you want in this particular exercise. Ankle weights would be good on the 3-way kicks as well if you don't have a TheraBand you want to use there. But honestly, these are pretty good body weight exercises, and we are doing them for longer than a certain number of reps. We're going for time. So you don't necessarily need them unless you want them. And then almost there, 5 seconds to go. And stop. Okay, so back to those 3-way kicks. So once again, holding on, you can kind of step to the side of your chair and kick if you want. And go. And out to the side and back down. Forward, side, back down. So the reason your toes are pointing straight forward here is to activate the right muscles. So when we kick out to the side, sometimes our toes want to turn out, and you're actually using the front of your thigh to do that instead of the outside. So make sure that your toes stay pointed forward. So we have about 5 seconds to go, and then we'll switch sides. 2 and 1. Great. Okay. So I'm just moving the chair. Once again, you don't have to do that. Just want you to see what I'm doing. Okay. So we have about 5 seconds to go, and then we're starting. So make sure you're holding on to something. All right. Here we go. For the added challenge, don't tap your foot back down. Keep it up. But if you need to tap down, that's fine. Try not to lock out your other knee. If you have any questions about how to modify specific exercises for you or exercises that you want to see done, just let us know. We are here making these videos for you to help you stay active while you're staying at home, because because I know it's hard if you can't get to a gym or your normal sports practice or our pool classes and break. So just let us know and we will try to work with you on that. We will do these as much as we can. Okay, so we are doing squats in 2, 1. All right, last move, and then we are done. So you're reaching back for that chair and back up. You don't have to go very low. This is enough. The chair behind you will be great for safety. Just in case you go too low, there's a chair back there and you can sit down. We are all about safety here. All right, 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Great. All right. So that is the workout. I want to do just some stretches with you as we worked out our legs. I'll turn to the side so you can see me. So we're going to work on our hamstrings first. So those are the muscles in the back of your thigh. If they're not flexible, sometimes you can't get your knee all the way straight. So what you're going to do is sit toward the edge of your chair. You can get a step stool if you want, or just put your legs straight, heel down, toe up, and then get your knee as straight as you can. So a lot of the times you're already going to feel it, but if you need a little bit more, you're just going to take your chest toward your knee. Make sure you're holding on to the chair if you need, and you're just going as far as you can go till you feel a stretch. If it is a severe stretch, back up a little bit because I want it to be like a mild to moderate pulling so you get a good stretch. So we will hold that for a few more seconds and then we will switch legs. So sometimes when you pull your heel up, you can also get a stretch in your calf, but I want you to focus first on getting your knee straight and then taking your chest forward. Just to feel that pull, and then great. We're going to do that one more time, each side. So you're just going to take your chest toward your knee. I say that because if you take your nose toward your knee, your back kind of arches, or back kind of curves. So we are going to keep your back flat. That way it's going to go right into your hamstring and not your back. And then the last one on the other leg, so leg straight, and then go until you feel a moderate pull. And I am pretty flexible, so I can touch my toes, but if like this is as far as you can go, that's fine. I don't want you to compare yourself to me or anything like that. So if this is where you feel the stretch, that's fine. One leg might be tighter than the other one, that's normal too. Just work on your flexibility. All right. Now we're going to stretch the front of our legs. That worked a lot. So if you were in a chair that doesn't have any arm rests, then you can just kind of slide to the side. And you're going to put your leg back like this, and then you're going to lean back. If it does have arm rests, you're just going to turn to the side, take that foot back as far as it can go so your toe is down. And then you're just going to lean. So you should feel this pull here. This is a great way to stretch the quad without, you might see a lot of people doing something like this. That takes a lot of balance and a lot of range of motion, and some people don't have that yet. So, leg back like this. This is one of my favorite stretches to do. And then to do the other side, you're just going to bring your knees to the other way. Bring your foot back as far as it can go, toe down, and then you're going to lean back. So you can hold on to the chair if you want. All right. One more stretch. So you're going to bring your leg up like this. If that's challenging for you, you can pull your knee up if you want. And bring your leg up like this. And sometimes all people need is just kind of pushing your knee down like this. If you don't really, you should feel a stretch in the hip of the leg that's up. If you don't, you can just lean forward and you should feel the change right there. Once again, mild to moderate pulling. If you are kind of gritting your teeth through it, your muscles can't relax and the stretching isn't going to happen. All right, we're going to switch to the other way. So if you just need to pull your knee up toward your opposite shoulder, that's fine. If you can get your leg like this, great. And then this hip's a little bit tighter. You can probably tell this knee doesn't go down as far. So I'm going to just kind of push that away and then lean forward a little bit. So I feel that right in the glutes, right in the back of the hip, even on the outside of it. All right, great. Thank you for tuning in to this lower body workout. I hope you enjoyed it.